Good morning, afternoon, day, and night, and welcome to yet another episode of the Loaded Potato Podcast. I'm your host for this week, John, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host and rock formation, Ivan.
Jazz hands.
And other co-host and Super Mario wannabe, Axel.
It's a me, Axel.
How are you guys doing? How you guys doing this week?
I've been all right.
Amaze.
Okay, can you guys explain to me what the fuck's a Rocky?
Maybe you should watch a movie every once in a while and maybe you would understand.
Movies are stupid and lame for dumb people. I would never do that.
Well, I guess to provide context for dumb people, Rocky from Project Hail Mary, the movie, fucking amazing movie. Whoever hasn't seen it, go see it. Looking at
Axel.
you, Axel.
Never.
Yeah,
I refuse.
It's beautiful. Rocky is a character in the movie, and he's great. And yeah,
Cool.
So for context, Project Hail Mary is a movie starring Ryan Gosling and a animatronic puppeteered rock formation called Rocky. And it's a space odyssey, an epic space odyssey about Ryan Gosling's character trying to find an answer to an unsolvable problem in space. Artistically and just artistically, the movie is amazing. All of the effects were practical effects. There was almost no special effects done in the actual movie itself. The Rocky formation himself was animatronic, and
they actually filmed in space.
They actually filmed in space, especially with Artemis and whatnot. But it's a fantastic movie. It scored really well on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, critics, and fan audiences. And all around, it's just a great feel-good space epic odyssey. And for anybody who enjoys watching movies, like myself and Ivan, Axel, we strongly recommend it. It was a fantastic movie.
Yep, it's based off the book.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I was just going to say it's based off the book, which is from the same author who made The Martian. And if people know about the author, he basically spends absolute months probably even longer, maybe years or whatever, doing a shit ton of research. So his books are actually, for the most part, theoretically accurate in science. Like The Martian and stuff, he got almost everything correct. I mean, of course, for entertainment purposes, not everything exactly, but the vast majority. And I want to say, of course, it's probably not completely accurate, but the author guy likes to say that the science that he took for Project Hail Mary, it is almost exactly to what modern science says, all the way down to the quantum area. And that's when he starts putting in some entertainment plot armor reasons for why things work, which I think is pretty cool.
So you're saying aliens exist?
I mean, theoretically.
I know. Funny enough, so this has been a project that Ryan Gosling has been working on for a while. Even before the book was even published, Ryan purchased the rights to a movie deal. I don't know why or how he even got his hands on a transcript beforehand, but apparently this has been his actual pride and joy. This put the most time and effort into this movie, and you can definitely tell it's one of his better movies outside of Drive, The Nice Guys, and La La Land, and a couple other movies that he does that are really good. Blade Runner 2049, I think, too. And funny enough, his children were actually apparently a part of this movie, too. They helped him trigger certain emotional spectrums when dealing with the animatronic and whatnot. So ultimately, it's just a great movie.
Fucking great. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Right now. Stop the podcast. Let's watch it.
I'm down.
Bet.
You know what's another great movie that just came out? I guess Mario, the Super Mario Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely watched it.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
So funny enough, I actually watched it too because I don't have anything else better to do than go to the movie theater, unfortunately. But also a very fun movie. If you suffer from epilepsy, please do not watch the movie. But what do you guys know about Super Mario Galaxy movie? What do you guys
The
know about it?
movie,
Yeah.
I know nothing.
I
but
know-
the game, yes.
I know. Yeah, I was about to say I know jack shit about the movie, but I played the shit out of the game.
Same. So the movie definitely was meant for children. It was very fast paced, very colorful.
Mhm.
Didn't really make. If you look at it from an analytical perspective, as a connoisseur of cinema, it was not a very good movie. But then again, you don't really analyze movies like that are made for kids in that particular way. Unless there's like Shrek or Despicable Me that have a lot of adult undertones that are more cinematically, covering more of a broad audience. This particular movie was definitely just kind of a fever dream. And the only caveat or the only homage that it paid to the original consoles, to the Nintendo, and to the actual games themselves were more cameos than anything else. Like the story itself was completely original, obviously, like the first movie. The voice acting in it was okay. It was just very colorful, very fast-paced introduction to more characters. And there was actually kind of a cool cameo in this particular movie that I didn't see coming, that I thought was really, really kind of cool. If you turn your brain off and you watch it, it's a fun movie. If you approach it analytically, it was mid. Definitely not as good as the first one, that's for sure.
So yeah, I want to know something funny.
What?
Out of both of these movies, Project Hail Mary made a bit more than Super Mario Galaxy, even though
Well deserved.
even though the last Mario Galaxy or the Mario movie made like what was like $1 billion something.
Like
Actually, let me double check. It made
Something like
1.3 billion, nearly 1.4 billion. And then now the Super Mario Galaxy only made 372 million versus Project Hail Mary so far has made 421 million.
And
So-
well deserved.
Well,
Yeah, I yes. I thought that was kind of funny. I thought Mario Galaxy would have made a lot more money. I guess not. But
yeah.
so did y'all see the AI bubble dying?
Oh, yeah, that shit was funny.
No.
Ram's going back in price and
I
everything.
feel like this should be bigger news than it actually is. Because I don't know if this is actually the bubble popping. I feel like if it pops, things will devalue like immensely, but right now it's just like a slow deflation. So fun thing is with the Iran situation, which I want to get into in a little bit. Iran, I think they threatened to like bomb like one of OpenAI's data center in like Bangladesh or I forgot, not Bangladesh. I forgot which country or city OpenAI has a data center there, but they're threatening to bomb it. I thought that was kind of funny.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So when you say the bubble's popping, you mean like the actual just price of the RAM itself, or
No.
are you meaning?
No, by the AI bubble popping, everything about AI is the same thing what happened with cryptocurrencies. That bubble popped and everything in crypto, I mean, not necessarily the valuation of cryptocurrencies, since, they're actually made to actually be a currency, but crypto everything. Like when people had NFTs and stuff like that, like technically NFTs was part of the crypto bubble. That shit crashed hard. Every company trying to add crypto into their products. They're all gone now. That bubble popped really hard. I think people are homeless and in very much debt for doing crypto stuff.
I'd believe it.
Not necessarily
Idiots.
the currency. I got to reiterate, not necessarily the currency. The currency is doing just fine. but every other thing that involves crypto is done. So yeah, the AI bubble's dying because I don't think we talked about this just because, we are so consistent. So of course we have episodes on this. OpenAI,
Ouch.
like the biggest, the biggest AI company, actually basically the first one that came out was OpenAI with ChatGPT. They got rid of the Sora 2 AI engine thing, whatever the fuck, which was very surprising. Like it's fully, like I don't think you can use it right now. Sora, let me look it up. Sora 2. And that came out huge because Disney like spent billions or not spent. I think OpenAI spent, I think, billions of dollars. It might be like 1.2 or $2 billion or whatever with Disney to have like Disney characters in their Sora. And for those of you who don't know Sora is a video generation AI model. And it's kind of in the name. You would give it prompts like you would any other AI, and it will give you video and other shit like that. That's now completely gone. And that was a huge thing when it was released because people were like, oh shit, like YouTube and all social media is going to be flooded with this. And also the amount of money for OpenAI giving to Disney. So Disney characters can be like in the video things. So like you can make Mickey Mouse and Star Wars and everything in the Disney brand. So
Crazy.
That's gone. Of course, the RAM prices are going down. I forgot the reason for the RAM prices. But yeah, nature's healing slowly.
Maybe in like a year I can buy RAM again at a somewhat decent price.
Technically, you can. Maybe like DDR4, but definitely not DDR5 right now.
Nope, I got DDR5. I can only use DDR5 now.
Yeah, unfortunately for you.
That's
what's 16 gigs of DDR4?
Do I have 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4.
You probably have 4.
Yeah, 4.
4?
Yeah.
Fuck. Where do I go again? System settings?
Yeah.
I'm going to
System
go with
info.
no.
Okay,
System
never mind.
info.
DDR4 is still decently high. 16 gigs of Team Group Vulkan RAM, DDR4, 3200 megahertz is $140. And I remember back
I have
when that was
32.
Yeah. Wait, you have 32 gigs?
Yep, 32 gigs of DDR5.
Oh my god. Okay, let's look at how much that's going to be. 32.
Sitting on an investment, my guy.
Dude, nearly $400.
God. I bought it for like 50 or 60
You know
bucks.
what's funny? There's so many memes about like, little did I know buying my PC will turn into like an actual investment.
Bro, I think it wasn't even $100. I said 50 or 60. I think it was like $100
Just
for the
remember,
DDR5 RAM.
Axel, you can sell your PC right now for a lot more than what you bought it for.
Yeah, that's insane. What the fuck?
No, it didn't make that make sense.
I just need a better, or not. I don't need a better M.2. I just need more storage in my shit.
Yeah. Oh, funny enough,
That's all I
hard
need.
drives are also up. So all you
That's
server
crazy.
owners, it sucks, especially M.2 SSDs. But yeah, it's fucking wild.
That is wild.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that there was, well, I knew that there was a bubble when it came to, AI, but I didn't realize that it was anywhere near close to popping, like you guys said. So that's kind of interesting.
I like to huff my copium or my hopium. And I'm hoping this is actually the bubble finally popping. But who knows? Maybe they'll find a second wind.
I hope not.
Yeah. But I guess.
No, I was going to ask to see who wanted to talk about their topic first before I start rambling about sports that you guys lose interest in.
Yeah. Well, I have one or two topics that I also will be rambling about, so I say you go for it.
Okay.
You
Axel?
first. You first.
Okay.
I don't have really much of a topic anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you guys are probably not much or not big fans in regards to college basketball or March Madness. Axel?
Nope, I touch grass.
Nope.
Do you know anything about March Madness? Do you know what it is?
No. I only know is it's just sports pretty much.
Isn't that what flu season is?
Bruh. So March Madness is the largest NCAA championship for both men's and women's basketball. They take the top 16 seeds all through the different divisions and whatnot through Division I colleges, and they put basically a round robin tournament and just basically battle to the death to see who wins the championship. And March Madness is always fun because they do the one seeds. So for the first rounds of the tournament, they do the first seed versus the 16th seed, the 8 and 9, 5, 12, 4, 13, 6, 11, 3, 14, 7, 10, and 2, 15. So they start on each end and go work their way in. So it produces opportunities of major upsets. And March Madness is notorious for having absolutely wild upsets when it comes to basketball. For instance, for example, so in the first round of the tournament, North Carolina played VCU. North Carolina was the 6th seed. VCU was an 11 seed. And North Carolina was favored to win like 78% over VCU. And VCU won in overtime 82-78. And then Texas A&M beat St. Mary's, which was a 10 seed over a 7 seed, which is absolutely crazy. So you get these wild games that are a lot of fun to watch. Well, actually, where? That's not. Hold on one second. Nebraska. Where's Duke? Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm looking at this bracket, and this bracket doesn't make... Oh, it's the whole thing. So another huge upset was Duke played UConn in the Final Four. So it goes first round, second round, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and then the championship, right? So one of the biggest upsets was Duke versus UConn. Duke was favored to win, to play against either Arizona or Michigan, the winner between those two, and Duke was favored to win the whole thing. And Duke lost in a last-second throw-up shot, 3-point shot by Murray. He's a sophomore, I think, of the UConn squad. Drilled it and sent the game and sent Duke home, which was awesome. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Michigan won the NCAA championship for the men's bracket. And it's the first time that they've won in 37 years. And being originally from Michigan and being a U of M fan, I was freaking out watching the game and watching this entire bracket. And I had money on it too. So it was a good round, good season this year. A lot of upsets, a lot of good basketball. But Michigan put absolute ass to belt in pretty much every game that they played. So Michigan was a number 1 seed. They played Howard, which was a 16 seed in the first round, and won that game 101-80. Then played St. Louis and won 95-72. And then played Alabama, which they thought that they were going to lose to Alabama, or everyone thought they were going to lose to Alabama, ended up winning 90-77. Then played Tennessee and won 95-62, straight ass to belt. And then they played Arizona, which they thought was going to be another really close game, and Arizona was going to pull through. Michigan only had the 13% chance of winning that game, and Arizona lost 91-73, another game ass to belt. And they played UConn and won 69-63, winning it last night. So
nice.
Great
69.
tournament. Anybody that watches NCAA basketball and March Madness will definitely get behind the fact that this was a good year for March Madness just because of all the upsets. And I'm super pumped that Michigan won it this year.
Remember your vaccines. Don't get the madness.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's called Democrat.
It's called take some airborne. They'll help you with your immune system.
Democrat. Anyway, but that's all I got. It was just a great year for college basketball. So,
It's wonderful news.
Question actually about that. Do you know if college basketball people can make money off of their likeness?
Yeah, they can. They can now. Any college teams can make money off their likeness and their name being sold on jerseys now.
I know for the longest time college football wasn't allowed.
So they weren't allowed to for a long time, but that changed with NCAA. So any type of college sport now, basketball, baseball, football, any team that's part of the NCAA has an opportunity to make money off of the likeness. And because of that, a clause in that statute allowed them to be able to transfer from university to university, both for education purposes, but also team-wise, to chase and hunt championships and whatnot. Which is part of the reason why everyone's saying that Michigan's championship is a little on the weaker side, because Michigan recruited pretty much all of their starting five for, Axel, by the way, in basketball, a team is only allowed to have 5 players on the court at the same time, just so you know.
Really? Okay.
But their starting 5 all transferred to Michigan. None of them started in Michigan. And UConn had like 3 of their 5 people start their college careers in UConn. So people are saying it's a little cheap. Nonetheless, still lost. And then they're also saying that Michigan paid off the referees and the officials of the game because, UConn doesn't know how to keep their hands to themselves, and they fouled out twice. 2 players fouled out twice. 2 players fouled out of the game. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're only allotted 5 fouls, 5 personal fouls in basketball. If you get more than 5, you're ejected from the game. You can't play anymore.
That was way too generous.
You're only allowed 2 technicals. You're allowed, if it's a flagrant 2 technical, you're ejected from the game. If you get 2 flagrant 1 technicals, you're ejected from the game. If you get 5 personal fouls, you get ejected from the game.
Interesting.
So, basketball is one of those. I played basketball for a number of years.
Funny enough, I did too.
Really?
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I suffer from this disease called white man's disease. So, I couldn't play basketball that well.
Oh, yeah.
So, I stuck with. Yeah,
I think they made 2 movies on that.
The first one was great. First movie was awesome.
Second
one was a little on the weaker side. And Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Do you like any sports, Axel? Anything?
Esports. Do you enjoy anything?
Yeah, other than video games, do you enjoy anything?
No, yeah, it's just literally just video games. That's pretty much it.
That's what's up.
You don't like any sport?
True gamer.
And you don't drink. Dang it. I was gonna say, Ivan, we need to get this dude into doing a 999 next time I'm down.
No. Nah. If anything, he'd be the one supplying us with the stuff.
Yep.
You know what a 9? Yeah, I've talked about it on this
Yeah.
podcast before. They're so much fun. I need to do another one now that the baseball season started. Which, by the way, Jose Ramirez, part of the Cleveland squad, won Silver Slugger again. I think this is his
Sounds painful.
third time in a row winning. Anyway. All right, I'll stop. Sorry.
Well, speaking of podcasts, I heard podcasts like 2 minutes ago. So,
Whatever.
So can y'all guess? So here's the headline that I'm gonna have that I put down as my topic. I'm starting to hate my favorite podcast.
Why is
can
that?
you guess why? Well, actually, can y'all guess what my favorite podcast? Well, I wouldn't say my favorite, but the one that I listen to the most.
Let me guess. Hold on. It's a tech one for sure.
Yup.
I couldn't name it for the life of me.
Well, I'm not saying to name it. I'm just saying, do y'all guess like what it's about?
Well, tech.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
about tech.
tech.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
so broad. It's like, yeah, like living.
It's
Sure,
about
what about it?
AI.
Huh?
It's about
I've
AI.
heard
No.
you talk about it before.
Nah, okay, so
It's not tech stuff.
it, no,
is
it,
it?
it is about tech. Tech. Not text.
No. Is it tech stuff? Isn't that podcast?
What? There's a thing
What's
called.
the name? What's the name of the podcast?
No, I know. I didn't know there was a podcast called.
What's the
Tech
name
Stuff.
in the box?
No, it's called Linux Unplugged, which, funny enough, isn't really about Linux.
That's crazy.
They just talk about tech, and for some reason nowadays, a shit ton about AI. And that is part of the reason, actually almost exclusively the reason why I'm starting to hate them. For the first time in like, I want to say a whole year or so. I technically have been listening to them somewhat recently. I fully just skipped an episode because I couldn't. I was dumbfounded by their absolutely fucking lava takes on stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and not to get too like not to get like technical. I guess this will be good for actually like the wild takes of content creators and shit.
Indeed, I do.
Yeah.
It's almost like
So I love this podcast mainly because they just talk about tech. It was the same people. Actually, my actual true favorite podcast ended, and I talked about it on this podcast when they ended. It was called Self-Hosted.
Let's be honest. No one listens to the podcast.
True.
We don't even listen to the podcast, Ivan.
True. But yeah, the self-hosted podcast ended like I want to say fucking 6 months ago. Oh no, or maybe longer. You know, it was probably it might have been a year from now. Time flies. But since that podcast left, I'm like, shit, I need something to fill the void. So I found this one called Linux Unplugged. And it's like 3 guys, I think 4. I don't know. I just listen for the news and all that stuff that they talk about.
And a couch. No.
Huh?
And a couch.
And a couch.
3
yeah.
guys and a couch.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, wild what they do there.
Mhm.
They like I said, they talk about tech stuff. And more recently, they started talking more about AI. And I don't know exactly what jobs they have. I know one of the guys, the main host, I think he's a podcaster full time. He does a couple of them with the company that kind of owns the Linux Unplugged podcast. But the other guys, I don't entirely know what their jobs. I think they might do some stuff in tech, but like nothing serious. Which made the show kind of more interesting because it's more like not necessarily average Joe dealing with tech stuff. It was more like kind of technically inclined people talking about the stuff. But none of them are programmers or really like sysadmins or anything like that. And they started talking more about AI. And they read people's donations, right? Kind of like on Twitch, where you send some donations, and you can like say something. They'll respond to it. It's near the end of the episode. And they began this episode with someone talking, and it's not just this guy, people have said in the past, talking about how they seem like that they're talking about AI more and more. And I know y'all probably aren't in the tech scene, but the vast majority of the people in the tech scene don't really like AI stuff. And honestly, me included, and I do use AI like every day. But we hate AI being shoved everywhere. And I mean, I'm sure y'all already have some kind of prejudice against AI as well. But no one really likes AI. But yeah, these people are talking about it more and more. So this dude donated, got his message out and be like, hey, you know, everyone doesn't like AI, but it seems like every fucking episode y'all, well, he didn't curse, but every episode y'all are talking about it, and y'all are like actually like saying too many good stuff about it, and like doing too much with AI, and no one likes that. And the main host guy, went on a rant. It wasn't like a disrespectful rant, but he had the worst fucking take on his rant about how like, yeah, we get it. AI isn't, you know, everyone's forte, and it's not everyone's forte, and you know, we're strategically not trying to shove AI in everyone's face. You know, if we actually did like, you know, the news about AI, you would hear it like every topic that we're talking about. So actually you're hearing like a toned down version of what we actually wanted to talk about. And then he went on to like a wild segment about like, you know, these open source projects, all of them are having like contribution notes about like who can contribute and you know, the use of AI in these contributions, and some of them flat out like not allow AI in their contributions, and like you know, the nature of open source, they're just going to fork the software and someone's just going to AI the shit out of it. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but like they're just going to fork the project and someone's going to put a lot of AI into it, and they're going to surpass the functionality and most likely also the amount of usage on the fork, and the original is just going to, you know, fade into obscurity. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like dumbfounded that this person who's not a developer, and I've had gripes about this guy in the past because he does say he fully vibe codes apps, which is fine because, you know, he's doing it just for him.
What's a vibe code?
So vibe coding is a term used. It's a slur that we use for people who basically just, you know how you use AI, you prompt it, you type shit to it and it spits shit out. Vibe coding is someone who basically uses the prompts and be like, hey, build me an app that does this. And then the AI spits out the code. If it runs, it runs. If something doesn't work, they bring the code back into the AI and be like, hey, this doesn't work, fix. And it's just a back and forth. Something's broken, feed it back to the AI, and hopefully it fixes and doesn't hallucinate. And then it's just a back and forth. They just zero programming experience, just throwing it back into the AI. And that's what this guy does, the main host guy. And like I said, I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit. Most of these people even post on GitHub and open source it and be like, hey, I made this thing, you know, it's AI's used, whatever. But this guy was severely defending and turning a blind eye to just AI vibe code stuff in general, because he's basically saying any programmer who doesn't use AI is going to be left behind, and all their projects are going to be obscure, like fade into obscurity. And no one's going to use their shit, and the people who basically vibe code their stuff is gonna succeed. And like I said, I'm paraphrasing. Don't quote me on that.
That's a dude that listens to too many entrepreneurial pages.
Yeah,
and talking about how
I bet that guy goes on MedMD to see if he's dying of cancer or something like that.
Honestly, but like,
honestly, I don't think you realize how hard of an insult that actually hits.
Yeah.
That's all. Especially someone who's in the healthcare industry and healthcare like field. That is like the biggest fuck you ever.
Yeah, and I want to say this as someone who I do use AI almost actually literally every day, because AI is useful if you know how to use it. And especially for me with programming, it severely boosts productivity because it can write things so much faster, and I can just verify that shit is correct. And
I don't think severely was the right word there, Ivan.
Oh, well. Well, I do gotta say, I am slow at programming and learning stuff, but I do learn it. So, no, it did like severely helped with my productivity. I have some projects that wouldn't go anywhere if it wasn't for the help of like AI stuff. But in the context of I've been professionally programming for at least 5 years now, and I haven't used a bit of AI until like a couple months ago. So, you know, I kind of have, you know, accreditation of this stuff, and I know how to program without it. And this guy who vibe codes everything, who doesn't know anything about programming, is basically telling people like me, hey, if you don't use AI in any of your projects, or if you don't like use it a lot, you're useless now. Step aside. We got it from here. And shit, I had so much more to say with that, but that's kind of the gist of it. And I literally could not finish the episode because this guy is the dumbest motherfucker in terms of this field I have ever heard. And really makes me question if I want to continue listening to the show. Even to the point I wanted to even donate because I like the show enough.
See,
but now I'm not.
This is the problem where I have with you, where it's like one mistake, I cut them off entirely. I'm like, you know, you can still watch someone and disagree with like what they do, right?
I mean, okay, to you might seem like it's one thing. No, it's a thing that's been going on. Like he's been doing this for a while when it comes to this AI stuff, the AI vibe coding. Like I said, he's done many projects that he's talked about on the show. And of course, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I won't give a shit. But just the fact that he's doing all this, and then now, I don't know, it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back with this stuff. And the fact that because he has a big, I think this podcast is one of the biggest, like, self-hosting tech, open source fucking podcast out there. Like, I think it is like the biggest in terms of this stuff. And the fact that he's using his big platform, trying to make himself think that he's in a position of authority for all this. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. And yeah, it sucks.
Okay. I can understand.
Yeah. Oh, also, sorry, just a last thing to add on to this. Another thing that I hate that he's spreading misinformation is because he's making it seem like these people who are contributing to open source stuff, that people, of course, aren't accepting their contributions because they're absolute dog shit code. There has been extremely also, don't quote me on this, spreading misinformation. Woo. I want to say almost every single fucking app that has somewhat been vibe coded or has used a lot of AI into its development, every single one of them that I know of off the top of my head has had some major vulnerabilities in the worst way. And some of them, when people have pointed out these projects of being, hey, I think you vibe coded like all this shit and you're doing a horrible job at keeping this project a thing, they throw a hissy fit and delete the entire project off of GitHub and all that shit. Have y'all heard of like OpenClaw?
You've told me about it.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't remember ever talking about OpenClaw, but OpenClaw has severe vulnerabilities that haven't been fixed right now. And it is the most starred project in all of GitHub history right now. And it has the most severe vulnerabilities that haven't been patched.
That's insane.
And yet this guy thinks that, use AI, you're going to be left behind. I don't know a single open source project that has probably hasn't used any AI or at least not vibe coded that has any severe and egotistical problems in their project before, other than these AI projects. Not saying they don't happen with normal human code stuff, but more human code stuff has better kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They have a better mindset when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, for example, I have an open source project that I like to fucking chill out. It's called Iron Drive. It's my first actual open source project that I am fully dedicating a lot of my time to. And guess what? I'm not vibe coding the shit out of this. I'm doing my damnedest to make sure this project's good. And it's pretty lit. It's basically a self-hosted alternative to like Google Drive, or actually, funny enough, Open Drive or Open Cloud that we use here on the podcast. Because I know y'all like to complain about every single fucking cloud storage that I try to introduce. To the point where I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Valid. Well, it's not that the cloud storage that you introduce is a bad thing. It's just it changes so much.
well, okay, for you, I know your gripe is that it changes a lot. Axel's is that nothing ever works, or like there's too much resistance. Like,
yeah, and it's like every 2 seconds, it's like, finally, I got logged in. I finally got it situated. I finally got settled. It's like, nope, it doesn't work anymore. Here's a new one.
Yeah. So,
it's like, son of a bitch.
So, not saying we're going to be using this, but I am literally building my own version of Open Cloud, except way better because I'm actually putting in features that I want. And one might say, hey, Ivan, why don't you just contribute to like Open Cloud or like C-File, because all these are open source cloud storage file sharing stuff. One, because they're usually backed by a major corporation that doesn't care about individual contributions. And two, they use a different language that I don't feel like fucking learning. Like Open Cloud uses this programming language called Go, which was created by Google, and ain't no fucking way I'm touching that programming language. And C-File, I think, is created in C, and I'm not a masochist, so I'm not going to program in C. I'm building this in Rust, by the way. Thanks to John for previous projects on getting me really well versed in Rust. So I'm building everything in Rust now. But not saying we're going to be using this open source, this cloud storage. But honestly, I don't mind us switching to this one because at least I know what goes into it, and I will literally put in all the features that I want and we need for stuff. But that's for a later date. I'm still working on it. It's in beta. And it's not vibe coded, which, funny enough, did not know that was going to be a feature, like a selling point for projects nowadays. But no, it is not vibe coded. So, it's not going to be, I'm not going to say it's not going to be shit. I'm still a shit programmer, but it's not AI shit.
Right.
Valid.
Yeah. But yeah.
And one more thing, speaking of, before we head off on this wonderful episode, speaking of vibe coding.
Oh, God.
Fucking Minecraft feels like it's been being vibe coded at the moment.
Oh,
do you know why?
Wait, before you get into that,
yeah.
Speaking of Minecraft, do you know who owns Minecraft? Microsoft. Do you know who actually is vibe coding Windows? Microsoft. That's all.
Yeah.
That is all I needed to say.
Insane.
They actually admitted to vibe coding. But continue.
There's a reason why Microsoft is going down like they're actually just going. They're just going at this point.
Yeah, but continue.
Oh, wait,
Minecraft.
Yeah. Okay. So Minecraft. Recently they added another useless mod to Minecraft, as per usual, and the useless mob had an actual use for once because it's called a sulfur slime or a sulfur cube, and you're able to basically like put blocks in it, and it becomes like a little indestructible mob that you can like interact with, right? So it does basically nothing, for the most part. Because like, why the fuck would you ever need an indestructible mob for anything? But then people recently discovered that you can attach a lead to it and get a Minecraft boat with the chest and the pig in a saddle in it. And then if you attach the boat to the sulfur cube and smack it, you can go really, really fast and really far. And this made like interesting new ways of transportation in this fucking stupid ass old ass game now. And you know, the second they figured this out, they immediately nerfed it and they changed the physics so you can't do that anymore. Actually does something cool for once, so somewhat cool. That's still useless because why the fuck would you ever use it? But you could do it, and they were like, "Nah, let's not do that,
bruh."
And I'm like,
don't you love it when companies do things?
Right? And it's like, if Minecraft, I keep saying this all the time. If Minecraft did not have mods, this game would have died years ago.
Yeah.
Years fucking ago. It would have died so fucking hard. It's not even funny. And now they're just like, hey, no fun in this game allowed. Nothing interesting, nothing cool. And now it's stupid. And I hate it so much. Also, speaking of Microsoft, I'm not sure if we talked about this week or last week. My memory's a little sketchy, but remember now they have, what was it, the OS verification thing?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, they have that now on fucking Windows.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you're talking about the OS verification, which fuck Windows and shit, I don't think I talked about this, and I'll just do it really, really quick because I know we're short on time here. There's a program called Systemd, which basically every Linux distro uses, and it's kind of like, it's kind of hard to explain what Systemd does. Just know it's an important thing for Linux. I mean, there are alternatives, but Systemd has started the first implementation of OS level age verification. Just remember, this is not Linux itself. This is an individual package that all major Linux distros uses, and they're starting this age verification. It's not anything like major, like they just added a birth date field inside of like a user thing, so there's no way to like interact with it right now. But like they're adding it now, and the people in the Linux community are like, fuck Systemd. And new Linux distros have popped up that is Linux just without the Systemd package, which I love open source because people just do that shit. But yeah, it kind of sucks that some Linux packages are caving in.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, the world's getting worse. There's no joy in life now. And we're all suffering in it. Crazy.
Hooray!
But we got the Mario movie.
I've got a response to that, but I'm gonna bite my tongue on the podcast.
Oh, wait, one more thing. At the time of this recording,
one more.
In approximately 23 minutes, Iran is no more.
What?
Okay, sorry.
Breaking news?
Breaking news. I know we have like no time, but Trump said at 8 p.m. EST, if Iran doesn't cave to his demands, I forgot what it was. In his words, a civilization will be no more.
That's insane.
Yeah, and at the time of this recording, we are 22 minutes away from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will. If World War III happens, we won't have an episode next week.
No, we will have an episode next week.
Yeah, I'll fix.
Just bombs will be going off in the background.
Yeah, just bombs. So yeah, we'll see if World War III happens. We'll find out in 22 minutes at the time of this recording.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that being said, and, with the final send-off of potentially ending into World War III, thank you all for tuning in this week. You can check out all of our info in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment while you're down there. And if you're feeling especially freaky, go ahead and even subscribe. That being said, is there any other dumb shit you guys want to add before we all leave the episode?
Go watch the Mario movie.
Marvel movie?
Project Hail Mary.
Mario movie.
Amazing.
Project Hail Mary. Go watch Amazing. We didn't even talk about Artemis this
Fist
round.
my bump.
Fuck.
We got to talk about Artemis next week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll talk about Artemis.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Next week for sure.
All right, cool. Well, with that being said, you guys have a good day. Peace.
All right. See ya.